Hey guys, Tony the SoySauceAssassin. How's everybody doing today? It's a Saturday. It's a busy Saturday for me. I saw Dish the Itch just right before this thing hits over to the theme, and we see Matt Meadows here. Woyan, Jason, hi James. Matia is on both sides. And let's see, Kat, we see Kyle. And who else? Who else is on? I think I saw Joseph earlier too. I was running out here and there. And Ronnie. Okay. And Nate's also here. He's working though. Nate's working. Sure, he's working. Brian's here. Okay. I think there's one more. Who else is here? But anyways, so today, because I was busy, I didn't choose particularly what I'm gonna smoke. You guys know I actually smoked one this afternoon. I smoked a Voyage, but at the same time I was trying to find out what was Salas was talking about, because he was saying that Voyage smells like KFC, Kentucky Fried Cure, but I didn't smell that. So I not too sure why. You know, someone will say that doesn't smell good. It smells fine to me. I don't know. But that could be just me, though. So I'm going to get the fan going on a little bit because it's kind of humid in here. This afternoon was quite nice. Actually, a little bit breeze. Yeah, so back to the point. Working on keeping your eyes open. So I didn't choose what to smoke. So I got 3 cigars here. I'll let you guys choose what to smoke tonight. All right. Hi Sherry. So the first one is obviously our New World Navigante Robusto. It's a box price. Or we have this. I believe this thing was sent to me by Shane. I didn't label it, and I think he called it out last time. He says if I smoke this one with a shaggy foot, do a life on it. I don't remember this particular name. I think this was like. It's kind of master pick or master choice or something like that. I can't remember exactly it is. So, you know, we can smoke this one, and if he does come up, we can ask him what this is, because I don't remember what this is. I could be wrong. I think he sent this one to me because it was with the other cigar. But if you know what the name of this is, you let me know. I don't remember what this thing is. And the last one is the Undercrown Shade Suprema. Undercrown Shade Suprema. I just got it like yesterday, so kind of want to smoke this. But yeah, you guys vote. Which one should I smoke? 1, 2, 3. Vote. Vote now. I'm so full today. I eat a crap load of stuff. I had a large serving of curry for tonight. Like have goat vindaloo, and then after that had coffee, had dessert, and I start chowing down banana chips that Fernando sent over, and it's actually pretty good. And it's like the sweetness comes at the end, so good. I just start chowing down, so I'm so full right now. You have no idea. So I have 1, 2, 3, 2. So I guess Undercrown Shade has to be it, right? Because we have majority Undercrown. So let's zoom Undercrown. Yeah. Alright, so let's do Undercrown. Packaging, pretty cool. I don't know what's the difference between this one and the Undercrown, regular Undercrown Shade. I mean, other than the shape. I mean, this shape is kind of like out there. I'm gonna turn the fan just a little bit so I can let it. Okay, so it's like a mini Solomon shape with a little closed foot. It says Suprema on it and has a shade band. Smells very creamy and cedary. Okay, smells very creamy and cedary. Drinking some Coke with Jim Beans. Okay, got the Voyage tonight. Got to smoke that Voyage. I know a lot of you got Voyage and then you're not like you wanted to rest it, but I always say just to smoke one right away first, and then you go from there. Because if you don't smoke, you don't know like what's the baseline. And as it gets better, as you age longer, you really want to know what was the baseline and how good it became. You know, smoke one right away. Smoke one right away. So let's cut this thing. And try to check on this. This has a really deep cap. Yeah, it has a really deep cap. Perfect. That's actually not bad. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my tea, keep hydrated. My tea. Anyways, how's everybody on Saturday? I went to Boston today. I dropped off my car early today. Definitely smoked one already. And obviously I won't get my car back until maybe sometime late next week because they had to do all the diagnostic and everything. What kind of tea? As usual, spiked tea, because I'm still kind of sick. So I just put a little bit of whiskey inside my black tea, which is actually pretty nice. Because you can see I had like a stuffy nose and sore throat. So having a spiked tea kind of opens it up for the night. The show must go on. Doesn't matter how sick I am. Right, so burn the outside leaf and then just kind of toast it in. Today I'm using this Vertigo lighter because all the other lighter ran out of gas. But this one I can fill it right away. I can see how much it is, so I just filled this one real quick about a few minutes ago. So, lemon and honey tea works wonder for a cold, except I don't think I got a cold. I just kind of catch bronchitis from my wife. My wife has a little bit of bronchitis issue, and I caught it from her, so. Three hours to spare for the life. That's enough. Fernando, by the way, those banana chips are amazing. They're really good. I don't know if it's homemade or purchased. Usually when I purchase banana chip, they're like kind of lighter color. So seeing it the darker color, I think it's homemade. And it actually tastes really good. Okay. Very nutty. Very nutty. A lot of smoke. The smoke output is heavy. A little bit of pepper and cedar. Slight bitterness. Very creamy. It lingers, and the pepper lingers too. The pepper does linger a little bit too. What else? Let me just make sure this thing doesn't go off as yeah, I knew it. I knew it was gonna go off. I knew it was gonna go off. Cigar Shogun. Hey Chris, what's going on, man? Very cedary. The strains is somewhere between medium right now. The bitterness actually wears into a sweetness too, but you had to wait for it. If you take it before you take the next straw, it was bitter. Then the next straw still will stay bitter. But if you took the draw and give it a few seconds, so it converts over to the creaminess and then the sweet, the next draw is actually more pleasant. So this another slow smoking cigar. So we'll see. This probably will last like 2 hours. Anyways, how's everybody doing? Like I say, today I dropped on my car. I had like a moment today because one of the guy that I knew from the dealer. I think I knew him from Cigars Daily, but I know him for a while now. I don't remember how I knew him. I don't remember how I knew him. It couldn't have been the card group, because I think that he added me to the card group after. So I think that I knew him since Cigars Daily Nation. I just can't remember today. Like I feel like I knew everybody so long that I don't know how I knew them. Do you ever have that kind of feeling? Because I know majority of you that, you know, actually all of you, I knew you from Cigar Daily Nation. But today, like, I was like standing in front of him, I was chatting with him like normal, and then I just go, in my mind I was like, did I knew you from Cigar Daily Nation, or did I just know you from other stuff? I can't remember how we started out. I remember the day I first met him. I just don't remember how we got to meet each other before that. So it is homemade, I guess. You got a small one that used to locally grow banana. Those bananas are good. Hey, Christina. Let's see, on the other side, YouTube world. So yeah, like, I just don't remember how I knew him. Do I knew him before YouTube, after YouTube, Cigar Daily Nation, or Car Group? I just can't remember which one. And I kind of feel like it wasn't that important anymore at that moment. But I just like, how did I get there? And I feel wrong to ask too. Now you gotta see, I'm holding this cigar like this to smoke white because there's a hole here, kind of like a leaky hole. I think that had to do with when they wrapped it. It's not a beetle hole. It's just a hole that it kind of not folded all the way. So if I hold it, then I won't hear the whistle. Sometimes you do that, like, you know, when you feel a whistle, that means there's a leaky part somewhere. And I just put my finger over it and smoke it like normal. All the time, when I remember, I haven't moved out of Plano, it was like, oh yeah, I remember toy from school. So, I don't know. I start to feel like, you know, it's getting old. My memory doesn't serve me well, but it's one of those things. When you know somebody for so long, how you meet each other starts to not matter as much. Yeah, it gets a mute note. Just like when you put your finger on a guitar string, but didn't press all the way down, you mute it. I think I like my cigar better when they has been in my humidor for over 2 months. That really depends. If it's been someone else's humidor for like that long, and then you took it out and just decided to go. No, it's totally fine. I mean, I understand why everybody had life to go through, Christina. It is, you know, that's how it is. Hey, Brendan. Oh, Matt's here too. So, yeah, today I just have this like a whole enlightenment. Oh, I'm getting old. I don't know. I don't remember how I met them. But, you know, we're such a good friend right now. Like, that, how I met them doesn't matter. But I feel like because, you know, how I met them will matter to me if I decide to send him a gift or whatever. It's just like, I feel so wrong to ask. But, like, I try my hardest to look into my histories, how I met him, what kind of chat we have. I just couldn't find any trace of it. You know, I chat with this guy for a long time. You know, he went through, you know, he changed job like 3 times, sell his bike, you know, school, armed, military, and all that stuff. I just, you know, and I can't remember how I met him. It's just like, oh my god, what have happened to me? Because usually I remember that kind of things. This thing is really creamy and cedary. A little bit of nuttiness too, but the cedar is there. The cedar is like up front. A little bit of pepper. You know, to me, this kind of little bit of pepper at this point, it's annoyance because my throat is sore. Have I had the Xeno I bought today? Yeah, I had them before. It's just that I don't smoke that. I don't smoke it as often because that cigar particularly, I don't think it's worth $90 or more. Okay, when you go to New York, those are $100 cigars, but at the price I bought today, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. What am I smoking today? I'm smoking the Undercrown Shade Suprema. This is the new one. The pepper note comes from the cover in the hole. Now the pepper note, if you push this and you hold the little hole in the bottom, you get a sharp. So it could be a C sharp or D sharp, and yeah, and then if you hold it in a specific angle, you might get an F sharp. What do you mean you don't have a humidor? You used to have one, Chris. 2 months, okay. Yeah, well, it's hard to hold a cigar this way. Did you know playing a flute, you can actually just turn the lip piece and it'll be a sharp. It'll be the high pitch ones. So you're supposed to blow down like this and that. But then you can just turn it just a little bit, you get the sharp note. Play hot crossbuns. Just lit up a lounge exclusive Liga 9. There's a lounge exclusive Liga 9. I didn't know that. So yeah, you know, I think the best instrument to play, and then it'll get you into the orchestra, is a triangle. Like triangle is like one of the easiest yet the hardest thing to play, and it's in most orchestra, right? You might not be able to play the very complex instruments like, you know, flute, violin, or piano, but if you know how to play triangle, you might be able to get in there. Even though majority of the time the drummer plays the triangle, so but triangle. I love it when my wife plays organ or organ. Smoking a cigarette with a few fingers of Elijah Craig. Oh, that's a good pairing. That's actually a good pairing. That's actually cigarette is a surprisingly good cigar. Surprisingly good cigar. Hey, Jay Salas. Well, I was actually talking about you, like, because you say you think Voyage smells like KFC, but it didn't smell like KFC to me. So it might be because of shipping or whatever. Someone else might have had a KFC on top of your package. Cutters and lighters, ashtrays. I didn't even see that. No, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Sometimes I miss a message when I turn over, so I actually don't see the message current, so I had to go back. All right. I don't have, my sister ruined 90% of the stuff. What do you mean by your sister ruined 90% of your stuff? That doesn't make sense to me, but sure. I'll take your word for it. Well, someone had a KFC on the brain. So, here's one more thing I want to talk about. What's better than a rose on the piano is tulip on the organ. Never heard of that, for sure. I'll take your word for it. Never live with your sister. Your sisters are crazy to live with. I know, because I have a sister. I have an older sister, and she's crazy. No matter how much help I give her, she hates me. So I don't know. So the thing I want to address today, cigar cutter. Last video we talked about it. It's pretty cool. I wish it would happen. but I don't know if it will, okay? But here's the thing. I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. Today, I made a simple product. Okay, I ordered one. And I don't know how it's gonna come out. Like based on what I imagine will have looked like, it should look like super duper cool. And what we will do is we'll take that as a prize, and the people who order and paid for their cutter will be entered to win one of those. I only have one. I only have one. I know what James was talking about. You know, when you see stuff like those, it's like the bad dad joke with the hints of yellow in there. You gotta kind of ignore it and move on, especially when there's female in here. James is getting too old now. James, what did I tell you about behaving? It's one of those you kind of had to play dumb and just ignore. And just like, oh, I never heard that before. Move on. So, yeah, Matt, if Matt Justin goes over there, make sure to take pictures. You know, if there's no picture, didn't happen. So yeah, we'll put that out as a prize. I only have one of those. I might make more in the future for everybody to have a chance to purchase it, but for now it's a prize. It's a prize to win for the cutter. And again, I know everybody has, you know, their budget and stuff like that. Buying a cutter at that price is just kind of retarded in a way. But you know, when you want to customize stuff, things get more expensive. So I understand. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Do I like to happen? Yeah. I mean, I love for, you know, to make any swag that we can make. You know, any swag that we can make is pretty cool. But at the same time, we are under the limitation of numbers, right? When numbers are under the limitation. Oh my god! Did this thing just fall into my eyes? So very creamy. This thing is at least medium in strength. At least medium strength, because I had a big meal and I can like, oh, I kind of feel a little bit. I mean, eventually, we, you know, probably, it's the thing that the total cost of the entire thing will cost a lot of money, which it makes sense. It does happen. It does happen. 47 more is like asking for somebody's liver. Okay, 47 more is like asking for somebody's liver. But you know, we'll try. You know, we'll work it and all that stuff. And today I was driving home and I was thinking about meeting everybody. You know, remember the Shadow Smokers Legion 2021? You guys remember that? Shadow Smokers Legion 2021. I thought about it today. I started planning it out. I was like, what can we do to make sure that happens, or somewhat happens, And I thought about, you know, how far we should be traveling, where would be the best place to do it, my choices of places that we can host it at. The number one place that we can host it at, technically two. One is in Arizona, which majority, if not a lot of our members, are in Texas or Arizona, right? So we can get more people to go if we're near there. Another place is Bob the Cigar Guy's backyard. That could work, but a lot of people had to travel quite a bit just to get there. And the next place is New York, where Davidoff literally says, we'll host you on a rooftop, and there's a rooftop building that we can be at, and literally just smoke ourselves with food and drinks and stuff like that. We can do that. So I mean, in that perspective, it's actually better if we meet somewhere in Arizona or Texas, because for something like our Texas members, it's a small flight. It's a quick flight. Or even a drive. It will probably be quicker to drive down to Arizona than drive across Texas. So, there's something that we can kind of plan out ahead of time, because I mean, would I prefer the rooftop? Hell yeah, but here's the thing, that it's in New York. It's easier on me, actually. I drive 3 hours, I'm there. Rooftop bar, food and drinks, because when we go to stuff like that, Davidoff can literally find alcohol sponsors who want to do an event too while they're at it, so we get drinks. That kind of shortens the price and stuff like that. New York is 7 hours for me. 7 hours is still not too bad. 7 hours is not too bad. I know the suffering to fly from Arizona to the East Coast, because you lose 3 hours flying to the East Coast, but you gain 3 hours flying to the West Coast. So there is how hard it is. You will make. Yeah, I mean, you just had to take a weekend off. You literally just had to take a weekend off. And it'll be pretty cool, because if we all gather in Arizona, it takes like 2 days to hang out, 1 day to meet. We can meet at one place and the next day meet at another place. Literally. That'll be super cool. 2-day thing. But, then comes the airplane ticket. I think it's cheaper to fly to New York, because literally every state flies to New York with the budget flight. Every single airplane company flies to New York. And that's why it makes it kind of easy too. Alright, kind of easy, because every single flight you can hop on a JetBlue airplane for like $100. You're in New York. You're in New York. You're in New York. So, in terms of budget, flying to New York might be cheaper, and then you can just buddy up on hotels, and that will cut the cost too. But if you fly to Arizona, majority of the people who is in the East Coast will have to pay about $400 just to fly to the West Coast. Well, Brendan, how far is your drive to New York? You guys can carpool too. Somebody can go halfway and pick up someone and keep going. I think it'll be a very cool meet if we can plan it right. And I don't want to plan it in the middle of nowhere. Like, if we plan it in the middle, more people ain't that have to travel. But it just means, okay, so if you're doing the East Coast or West Coast, more people will be there already. But people in the mid had to travel, and there's less people in the mid part of the states than the West and East Coast. And if you do that, then more people had to fly if you host in the middle. So I had to go extreme, either extreme left or extreme right. And I just want to see which one is easier. Which one is easier, and also who's willing to host it for us, and what benefit we're getting from hosting over there. Now, if we got a host in Cigars Daily, or if we go to Arizona, it's Cigars Daily, which probably we're doing in their parking lot, so we can't do it in the summer. Everybody will burn to death. Everybody will burn to death. So if we gotta do it in Arizona, it'll be sometime during October. All right. If we gotta do in New York, it was sometime before or after July 4th. Right? So, in Dallas is Texas, so, you know, but Texas is huge. Texas is huge. From one side to the other side is like 13 hours driving. So, you know, if you think about the logistic of it, I think either Arizona or New York is the best. If Bob the Cigar Guy, I'm pretty sure majority of people, probably 90% of the member will have to fly. You know. Alright, Jason, talk to you later. 90% of the member will have to fly if we do in Bob Cigar Guy's place. But he'll probably make some kick-ass barbecue. I don't know. It might just happen. We have Brendan out here as well. And he does have the hookup on location. Yeah, Brendan Wells' place. But that's the thing. Brendan Wells' place will hold about 10-15 people. But if we go there, it'll probably be Cigars Daily, TNT, or Embargo. Embargo's place is quite big. It will hold 70 people, no problem. Alright. So I'm pretty sure if we want to go, Embargo will host it for sure. Because they will hold 70 people, no problem. Because I've been there, I didn't even know they have a back porch. And that place will hold 70 people, no issues. So, I don't know how big TNT is. I've never been to TNT. So, I don't know how big their lounge is. Buffalo Bush Outdoors. Who's Buffalo Bush Outdoors? I know you subscribed today, but I'm just not sure who you are. Buffalo Bush Outdoors. New York rooftop would be awesome, but I'm biased because it's 3 hours for me. Yeah, 3 hour is actually not too bad. So here's the thing: if we do into New York, even Ash Queen will have a short time we'll get there. She'll be like there in 8 hours, 9 hours if she drive. So that's possible. Can you picture all the Legion shirts in one location? Epic. Well, you think that was it? That's not all that I'm planning. If we gotta do this, okay? If we gotta do this, we should make a special T-shirt for everyone to wear just for that day. Special T-shirt for everyone to wear just for that day. Everybody will be wearing the same thing. T-shirt. Special T-shirt just for that day. Oh yeah, 6.5 hours, not too bad. Small road trip. Take Bob with you. You know, Bob will drive up. Everybody drive up. So, Calvin Bush. Okay, the new person. Yes, yes. Just found out SSL from at the DE event. Okay, welcome. I think you just joined. I just saw you joined Shadow Smoke Solution the other thing this morning. When I was about to hit accept, somebody already did it. So. Toy. I don't know who Toy is. Who's Toy? Stupid question. Where is Davidoff in New York? Is it in New York City? Oh, okay. So Davidoff is in New York, 6th Ave. It's in 6th Ave. It's called Davidoff of Geneva. It's on 6th Ave, right across from Hilton. A block away from the Hilton Hotel. Is literally right next to the garden, the park. We should do a few raffle and fundraiser to help with some flight. Yes, that's definitely in the plan. We'll do that and try to save up some cost for those people who have problem affording to go. Now, note that driving is not the only way to get there. There's buses that go to New York all the time. All right, there are buses, there are trains, there are flights, there are boats, they're walking, there are donkeys and mules that you can get there with. Okay, there's always way to get there. So, you know, and a few of you can buddy up and we can still get there. All right, we can get there. So that's my thought of it. I want to make it happen. That's one big thing I want to make it happen, and I want to have at least 70 members going. All right, we can have a kick-ass time. But here, that's the, you know, I'm thinking how we can make this work correctly, because flying to New York is definitely cheaper. All right, that JFK International Airport has flight every day, 3-4 times a day, 3-4 times a day. Okay, so flying there is actually easier. Flying towards Arizona is actually more costly because flight doesn't go out from Arizona as much. All right, there's no transit flight. So because there's no transit flight, each flight costs more. So either you spend more on hotels or you spend more on flight. And I think that when you spend more on flight, that's per person. But if you spend less on flight and the hotel costs can be splitted, things gets really cheaper. A lot cheaper. All right, things will get a lot cheaper if you fly to New York. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should be staying inside Manhattan for the hotels. That would probably be a bad idea. But there are hotels in New York near that location that's about $100 a night. And if you split between 2 people, that's only $50 a night. So, shall we plan it for New York or shall we plan it for Arizona? That's the question. Get a horse tranquilizer to get on the plane. How long should we have the event? If we host it like we usually do, it will probably be sometime between 1 o'clock all the way to the nighttime. And then we can all settle in a place to eat and drink and hang out. Rooftop sounds pretty cool to me, and they say they will be able to host it. They will be able to host it. Last night I spoke to them. You know, rooftop. Literally, we don't even have to go out to eat. We can order catering to come up to the rooftop, and we just eat the rooftop. And I think that could pretty much be very kick-ass. And I think it will be something cheap enough for Chief and Bob to come up too. If you tell Chief and Bob to fly to Arizona, that's quite a bit of flight. That's quite a bit of flight. You gotta know that is, you know. You know, if you buddy up, find the right time where the ticket's the cheapest to fly to New York. I'm telling you that it's gonna be cheaper to fly to New York. How are the hotel prices in New York? I've stayed in New York a lot, and I've seen ranges between $70 a night to $1,000 a night. Depends where you stay. But what I'm saying is that if you get an average place with 2 twin beds split between 2 people, that's actually like $50 a person, if not less. Hey, James. If you had to fly over, then that, you know, New York will be closer than Arizona. Imagine you had to fly to Arizona. That would be like a 20-hour flight for you. Airbnb could be a good one too. You can rent an Airbnb that's split between 5-6 people. I think that would be pretty nice too. Do any of pre-member live in New York? What do you mean by our member? Yeah, I mean, Joseph Sparaccio and Andrew and well, Chris used to. Who else? There was a few more members. Every time I go to New York when we do the meet, we have about 7 or 8 members that can show up. Yasser too. He's like a small drive up too. So You live in New York, so you say Arizona? Yeah, well, that's the thing. We had to find out which one is the easiest. And I really do feel New York will be the best bang for the buck because, you know, you get to hang out and the weather are easier. We all know what kind of weather is in Arizona. That thing will burn you to death in the summer. So, you know, if you want to enjoy rooftop weather and all that stuff, New York might be the best one, to be really honest with you. And not that I'm biased, because I could go to Arizona just fine too. But I think majority of members will find out it's cheaper to go to New York than going to Arizona. Arizona, the hotel is cheaper, but the flight is not. And we're talking about when it comes to flight, it's per person. You can't split that. But when it comes to hotel, and you can do Airbnb and stuff like that, you can split it. What month in New York? You know, I'm leaning more towards August or September for New York. Because at that time, it starts to cool down a little bit. It's not as hot, and rooftop is much easier to do it. I haven't been to that rooftop. I was just told that there is a rooftop that they can host it at. I don't mind a hostel if you. I can't do south with that heat and condition, so I'm blind. I go blind in my left eye. So, either way, as a rooftop, the point is that you can smoke outside and then you'll enjoy and we can enjoy the sun all the way through night. So, say bail money on site. No, we just raid the police department. Everybody raid the police department with this skull thinking. We'll be arrested for, you know, illegal gathering. That just might happen. That just might happen. So yeah, I would say start thinking about it now because then we can kind of get a better idea of who's going, who's not, and how we gotta do it together. And you know, I really wanted to kind of you know, gather everything before we go because I don't want to be like, hey, we're 2 months away, let's go, and then not having the space for us. I think it's not gonna be a big expense if we, you know, if we buddy up and get, you know, Airbnb or hotel room to split. Some of you can carpool to come up. You know, it will be nice. Can you bring a bottle of whiskey to Davidoff? Yes. If you're all members, everything is easy over there. Okay, everything can be done over there. All right, we have good relationship with Davidoff, so we will be able to get them to host everything. Rowdy Cigar Group raid New York Police Department. And New York has a lot of Airbnbs out there, so I think it will be a great choice. There's plenty of food, plenty of cigar places, and you know, having to be able to do it on the rooftop, I think that would be pretty cool. And even if we got kicked out of that rooftop, there's still plenty of lounges to go. I think it'll be doable, very doable too. No balls, no bails needed. No bails needed. So I think New York will be a good chance to do it. I think I would need to spend a week there, plenty of places. Yeah, definitely. Martina Maya, if you bring your family with you, New York is a good tourist attraction. So literally there's things to do all the way through the night. All the way through the night in New York. So I think it's a good place to go. And if you had to bring your family with you, plenty of places they can go. So how illegal would bribing the police with good cigar? It's not illegal. It's not illegal to bribe this police because we didn't break any laws. We didn't break any laws. What law did we break? yeah, it is like a city that never sleep, you know, and you know, it's right next to Times Square. So if you got bored, and there's plenty of bars, there's plenty of things to do, and you know, New Jersey is just across. Come on, New York is not that bad. I mean, nice mugging, there's police everywhere. Just don't go to the Korean street. Hence, Officer Davidoff, how about you look the other way? No, I have the police officer join us. It's like, yeah, see, just in case something happens, why don't you stay here? Here's some cigars. Nothing will happen for the rest of the night. So, do we agree on New York? Plus September, there's quite a bit of like, you know, vacation times and Labor Day weekends and stuff like that. We can totally do that. So I think New York is pretty good. So let's do a vote. If you want New York, type 1. If you want Arizona, you type 2. New York, type 1. Arizona, type 2. Alright, I think New York it is, because I only see ones right now. I only see ones right now. So let's do New York. Let's do... Let's do New York. New York it is. So... New York it is. New York it is. Okay? So I'll start thinking about that. And the next time I go up there, I'll talk to Davidoff about it. Have him hosted that for us. We will have to try to... Yeah, Chris moved there too, so... And then also, we gotta start designing the t-shirt just for that day, okay? Just for that day. We'll do special t-shirts. Make sure... I'll talk to them to see if they can get some, like, you know, alcohol company to just show up and just... Hey, would you like to taste this? Sure, you know? That would be pretty cool. I had to relight this a little bit. Where's my light? Oh, there it is. So yeah, today I started thinking about it, and I think that is something that we need to do ahead, and I wanted to have your opinions. And what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna tell Davidoff that if we're gonna do this, they better have goodie bag. Now, you guys probably never been to one of those meets, but if you've seen the goodie bag that they give away every time we go there, well worth your money. Because I'm pretty sure, I think like last time we were there, everybody spent about $20 or so on cigars. Ended up with a goodie bag over $100 of cigars in there. And Davidoff was like $20, $30 cigar. There's like 3 to 4 cigars in there. So they will give out goodie bags. It will make the money back just for doing this. So yeah, I will tell them to open up that rooftop place. They say it used to be something else, and now it's just like a place that they host events, and they will host it for Davidoff. And Davidoff literally tell me, both the guy and the manager said we'll host it in rooftop for you guys if you guys wanted to. So I'll make them hold their words. Now I'm not their biggest account, but I do spend good enough money to make them feel the pressure of doing that for us. And that day, if we can get some distributor to bring alcohol, I'll go buy it. No problem. So yeah, 2021 in New York, start saving. Put all your pennies together. Put all your pennies together. All right. And by, I think, early 2021 and our second anniversary, we can start thinking about, how many people is missing what. And I think what happened is we'll pull money up for majority. It's gotta go to hotel costs. All right, if we can get Airbnb with the pooled up money, we can do that, and that 5 or 6 people can stay in the same place. That would be nice. That would be nice. We literally see, this is New York, right? The Big Apple, and if you're looking from the space, you have that little dot as smoke comes up, like a chimney, rooftop, right? It's gonna be a chimney with smoke coming up. We're gonna get a bill for the environmental department, says you guys pollute the air for that day. And we'll do special t-shirts. If possible, we might be able to do a cigar just for that day. So I don't know. That's long way planning, but it's gotta be a blast. It's gotta be a blast. Make that your 2021 summer plan. It might be the best day of your summer. It just might be the best day of your summer. Okay, so that could work. That could work. And literally, that might be one of the biggest group meets that we can pull off. Al Gore is gonna be pissed. We should invite Rudy Giuliani. He loves to smoke cigars. How long we going to occupy Davidoff? As long as we can. As long as we can. It depends. How many cigars can you smoke? How many cigars can you smoke? This could be a good event. This could be a good event if we plan it right. And planning like a year and a half in advance, I think that will do it. So let's do New York. There's flight from every state to New York. Every state to New York. Okay. For sure, Nick pick up Tristan on the way. Okay.